Thank you, joining hands, for welcoming me onto this platform. And today topic is on Akashic records. So I'm just curious, how many of you are already healers or into psychic work or new to spirituality? You can just type S in the window, chat window. You can change your settings to panelists and attendees. Yes.
The chat is open for all to message.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, so that's amazing. Nice to see. A couple of them are already healers. And this Akashic records is pretty much there for eons of time. So what exactly are Akashic records? Yeah. So the moment we have conceived as a soul from the God's light, everything that we do, everything that we speak, everything that we think, this vibration gets recorded in the light. So that is what Akashic records are. If you are in India, you may have heard of Chitragupt. How many of you have heard of Chitragupt? That he has all the karmic accounts across lifetimes. So these are nothing but our Akashic records. And every information is available in these Akashic records across lifetimes. So all the past lifetimes are present in our Akashic records. Sometimes some of the issues that we come across may not be related to this lifetime. That is when the information we go and seek from the past lives. Sometimes the issues may be related to our ancestral patterns. Maybe we have a money blockage, right? And that blockage could be coming from a certain ancestor. So when we resolve these things in Akasha, then even we'll be healing our past 7 generations upwards and 7 generations in the future as well. So that is a very beautiful space to be in Akasha. And it's the field of light. So this Akasha, as you get into this Akashic records, you experience immense light. And this light has the information. It has all the information of our own life. Yeah. So what exactly this information is revealing is our own divinity as a soul. And we are here to manifesting our own divine qualities on this planet. And Akasha not only helps in solving our day-to-day issues, it also helps us in spiritual growth and also becoming one with the divine, to know or to realize that we are not separate from the divine. So this is the beauty of Akasha. It's journey towards our divinity and at the same time manifesting the divinity that we already are on this plane. And where does this Akasha or Akashic record sit? So we do exist in 7 planes of the consciousness. Yeah. First plane is to be told like sand, crystals, rocks, right? Those are unmovable and they do have consciousness. If you take a crystal, any of the crystal, if you can talk to them, it gives immense information. You can ask questions to your crystals as well. They are living beings. They are not something like dead stuff. They are living beings just like us. So every plane of the consciousness can be used for healing. Likewise, we go to second plane, there are herbs, plants, right? There is a recent book, one of the book I have read, Untold Story of Sita, where she describes talking to the plants and finding their properties. And she used to pick up those herbs and plants to heal the people, whoever comes to her. So even second plane is used for healing. And third plane is where animals exist, where they can move. And also human beings, ourselves, where we are able to communicate, where we are able to speak. And fourth plane is nothing but the plane of spirits, where there is a lot of shamanic work is being done. You may have come across shamans or medicine man, medicine woman, green man, and many of these spirits are available in the fourth plane. This is a spirit world. And next comes the fifth plane, where there are angels, ascended masters, yeah, who will be serving as guides or supporting us in our forward journey. And sixth plane, as you know, is the laws of the universe. So these laws of the universe are also like living beings. It could be law of time, law of compassion, law of magnetism, law of electricity, law of truth, and many are there in this sixth plane. There is, along with these laws, there is also light, akasha. So this light has the information of all our souls. It's like a cosmic computer, and it's available to anybody and everybody. In the olden days, it was thought only mystics can access this information. But as our mass consciousness is evolving, everybody is provided with the access for the Akashic records, and we can access our own Akashic records, and we can access as well as the records of other people. And they can be accessed for what uses? It could be solving our relationship issues. It could be related to our finances. It could be related to our business, or it could be used for our creative work in terms of art, in terms of pottery, in terms of book writing, in terms of channeling. Many of the healers or the people in the spiritual space wants to become channelers. So you can use this Akashic space for even channeling. Those are the benefits that we have with Akasha. Yeah. So why do we use Akashic records? Many times we come across issues in our own lives, and we seek guidance from coaches, mentors, counselors, gurus, right? Or sometimes we even go to temples and ask the deities as well. And here in Akasha, Akashic records will itself serve as a spiritual authority in our own lives. We need not go anywhere and seek guidance from the external sources. Our own Akashic records are our providing the guidance, entire guidance that is required for our issues or challenges or the creative work that we'll be taking on. So all the guidance will be just sought just by sitting in your own Akashic space. And so do you have any questions till this plane? Yeah, and then seventh plane is the plane of the creator. Yeah, creator of all that is. And every plane, seventh plane is inclusive of all the six planes, sixth plane is inclusive of all the five planes, fifth is inclusive of all the four planes. This is how it is available. And we do exist in all the planes. It's not that we belong to just third dimension, third plane of existence or third plane of consciousness. We exist in all the planes, all the seven planes. That is how we can access to the information in the crystals, or information in the Akasha, or information from the creator, from creator of all that is himself. Yeah, but how is Akashic records different from all the other planes? This is a very specific space, very intimate, I could say, because there the people who are guiding us, the masters or teachers or the loved ones, they are very individual to us. They are concerned about only about our own soul, not catering to the other souls. As you take angels, angels may cater to hundreds and thousands of souls requests at one go. So they are operating with everybody. But here in Akasha, we have our own set of masters, teachers, and loved ones who get the information from the Akashic records and give it to us. And it is very personalized, and many times in my own readings, the issue could be people may come up with money, and sometimes the loved ones who are departed to that person will show up. And they want to give the information regarding their issue. So they will be saying, one of the recent cases, a person was saying, I am very angry at my husband. He left the property, but he never treated me well. I am thinking I am just using his property, which may not be belonging to me. Is he envy on me? So that time when we resolve when we establish the communication with the departed soul, departed loved one, and give the message, then get the things, the energy shifts happens during the readings itself. Many of you could be tarot readers or angelic readers, but this Akashic readings are coming from an even higher plane and with a higher light. And here there is no chances of getting impacted with demons, or people think negative entities. What if we see these things and all? We are always protected in the Akashic light. So there is never a thing that something will harm us in this space. It's very loving space, very soothing. Whenever you feel you are confused or you don't have clarity, you can just go and sit in that Akashic space. Yeah, so that's the beauty of it. And yeah. And any questions till this point in time? Have I missed any questions on the chat? Yeah. Hope everybody is following. Yeah. So as I say this, let's move to some more about Akashic records. There was a time where there was a person called Edgar Cayce. How many of you have heard of him? Edgar Cayce. So he was a person who channeled 14,000 Akashic records, and his work is called Book of Life. There is a book on Amazon also. It's a very phenomenal book you can read on. You will understand how this Akashic records work is so vibrant and so helpful in our day-to-day lives. So the Book of Life is the name of the book from the Edgar Cayce based work. So he has what he used to do is, when people come to him for asking questions related to health, spirituality, or any kind of information, all he used to do is just get into the sleep or a kind of trance, and in that he used to speak out the information. Yeah, and that information sometimes people used to ask about history of the places also. Even what happened during Lemurian times or Atlantis times, how was the civilization there, how was the culture there. So all this information he was able to channel by accessing the Akashic records. Because in Akasha, there is no concept of time and space. Everything is available right here and now. So Akasha not only just shows the past lifetimes, but it can also show the future possibilities. As per the Akasha, the past can be taken as linear, but future, it's like a quantum. You can see multiple probabilities, and it's up to you, your conscious choice, what you want to choose. For example, people may come up with questions like, I want to go for the business and I am currently in the job, which one suits me most? So you can say, if you are in the job, this is how your future is going to be. If you are taking this business, this is how your future is going to be, and it's up to the client to choose consciously what he wants. Yeah, so this is the beauty of Akasha, and what are the ways we can access this Akashic records? There are many ways, and in the world there is many people follow their own ways of getting into Akasha. As I was recently interacting with lot of rainbow children who are like into their 20s or something like that. So they have they may be doing lot of light workers stuff and all, and they have that innate already that guidance how they can connect to the Akasha. Yeah, so they just connect through the heart. Some people just connect through the heart. Some people use prayer way. They read a prayer where they can get into the trance. How in shamanism we use drums, rattling to get into the trance. Here we use prayer, a sacred prayer where we can get into the trance. Or some people use downloads. Just they ask the question and they get downloads. Yeah, so there could be downloads way, and they are also in these Akashic records can be evident when we do healings also. Maybe people are already doing Reiki. When we get into that peace, tranquil state while doing Reiki, there also a possibility that we can access our own Akashic records. Sometimes it could happen during the hypnosis in between life states. You may be there in the Council of 12, accessing your own past lives and planning your own future lives. There also you can get to access your Akashic records. Yeah. And sometimes the records may reveal themselves during deep meditations also. Yeah, that is also a possibility. And some people say if our DNA is activated and if it is 12 strand or 144 strand or 1008 strand, then only we'll get to see Akashic records and all. But it's not like that. Maybe our DNA is already activated for most of us. And we get to see our Akashic records as this mass consciousness is already evolved and we are progressing to the light age or golden age or Satya Yuga or Atlantis civilization, whatever it is, we have that capacities to access the Akashic records. So wherever we are seeking clarity, guidance for an issue, that is what we ask questions, and information that comes through us may not, we may not resonate at all, but information that is required for the client. Maybe the client wants to hear that particular information for his life to transform or shift or to have a breakthrough in that particular issue. So the information is not, we are not talking from any of the books as such. As I said, Edgar Cayce has channeled a lot of information and it is recorded in the physical copies, but the information that we get from the Akashic records is energetic, not the physical. Unlike we do angel readings and all, we won't be using any cards or scriptures to do the readings. It's totally energetic and it's a energy healing modality. This is one thing, and yeah, many of the patterns sometimes we just nail down to the point. As client will be asking the questions, we just nail down to the point, and that is where the energy shifting happens, and that itself is healing. A reading itself can provide the healing that is required to the person most of the times, unless it has a very deep roots into the past or ancestral patterns. Sometimes we can as well heal lot of oath, curses, or psychic attacks, promises. All these things also can be addressed in the Akasha, and this is one thing. So with this, just to experience the light of Akasha, can I go take you through the meditation? Yeah. So everybody can just to view our awareness talks. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So gently close your eyes. You can take your specs off, put it aside. Yeah. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Take another deep breath in and release all the tension through your mouth and let go. Allow your physical body to relax. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Mind is becoming absolutely calm. And you can sit either cross-legged or feet flat on the floor. Let your chair hold you up and support you. Yes. So get a sense of where you are and where your body is. Yes. Now take your palms, bring them together as if you are in a namaskar position, and rotate your hands, rub your hands, rub your hands. And now begin to draw energy up as you are rubbing your hands. You are drawing the energy up from the heart of the earth. Draw it up from the every center of the planet, through the soles of your feet, and allow it to travel up through your body, up through your legs, up through your trunk, into your neck, and up into the cavity of your skull. You are rubbing your hands. Now this energy is pressing into the lining of your skull. While still rubbing your hands together, you might be noticing that the energy has been traveling down through your arms into your hands. By now, your hands should be warm. So now use them to clear your aura. You can just wipe out your aura through your hands and send any unwanted energy to the planet Earth, Mother Earth. Yes, wipe off the energy around you and send it to the Mother Earth. Physically brush off your body. Clear away any vibration on you or around you that isn't yours. Send it to the earth where it can be absorbed and transmuted. Once you are finished, put your hands, palms up on your lap and on the armrest of your chair, palms facing upward. Now allow yourself to become aware of infinitely powerful and loving source of light that is always there, hovering above 18 inches above your head. This beautiful light is hovering above your head, and as you become aware of this light, it becomes more activated, but it rains down over you. It's raining all over you, in front, behind, on both sides. The light clears away anything on you and around you that interferes with your ability to experience your own goodness. As this light moves from head to toe, it gathers under your feet and begins to swell and expand. It begins to establish for you a pillar of light that holds you up in this place at this time. It doesn't bind your feet, but it does hold them and support them. Then the light begins to fill your energy field. This is an egg-sized, egg-shaped space egg-shaped space, aura that extends all the way around you, about 18 inches in every direction, in front, behind, and on both the sides. The light begins to fill that space up to your ankles, your knees, your hips, all the way up to your shoulders and at the top of your head. So that now you are sitting inside this pillar of light. Take a moment now to let this light do its work on you. First, by its natural magnetic property, the light draws from you anything within that's present, any emotional turbulence, worry, or chaos from your mind. Any thoughts that might be scaring you or upsetting you are released into this light. This light can draw all of that from you. It can draw from you anything within that is interfering with your experience of ever present inner peace. You don't have to tell this light what to do. The light is an infinite intelligence that knows exactly what you need at this moment. Just let it do its work. And while the light is drawing from you through its magnetic nature, at the same time, by its radiant nature, it's radiating itself into you. And as the light radiates into you from every angle possible, in front, from above, from below, and as it passes through the boundary of your skin, the light becomes exactly what you need. So if what you need is courage, the light will become that. Perhaps you need comfort, the light will become that. The light, open yourself up to this light and observe as it comes and becomes what you need and meets whatever the need of the moment is. Take a few moments to allow this to happen. By now, you should be in a state of reasonable balance and ready to move forward. Gently bring back your attention back to this moment. You can place your palms on your eyes. Slowly open your eyes. Yes. Yeah. So how was your experience? Did you get to experience the light? Yeah. You can share one or two sharings. How was your experience with the light? Light has this innate capacity to heal and become whatever it is. Yeah. You can either chat in, post in the chat window, or you can unmute yourself and speak. Yes.
Veena, we have a couple of people who have raised their hands.
Okay.
Like to answer their questions now or later?
Sure, I'll take a couple of them now.
Okay, great. Raj, please unmute and ask.
Hello, is my voice audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to ask a bit of a personal question. I have a couple of questions. One, are you a shaman? Because I think 15 minutes back you said something about shamanism. And second, is it does one require to be clairvoyant to access to the Akashic records? Like, is it possible for someone who is not clairvoyant to access the Akashic records? These are the couple of questions I have.
Yeah, I got your question. I'll be answering in a while. Let me introduce myself. I haven't done that. So my name is Veena Suku. I am into the spiritual practices for the past 10 years. I have been exploring what this life is about, and I explored many healing modalities and many things. At one point in time, I used to think I have read so many stuff, but I am back to square one. There is no clarity what is going forward and what I should be taking it on.
Veena, your voice is breaking up slightly.
Change the connection.
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay. So so that is the point. I got a transformation, and then I thought, okay, I have to reach out to people, but I didn't have any proper ways of connecting to people. That is where I learned a lot of healing modalities. Got myself trained in these modalities like Access Bars, Reiki, Angelic Healing, Akashic Records, and I do lot of Theta healings also, sometimes shamanic readings, and as Raj was asking whether we should be clairvoyant and all, initially as we start with these practices, sometimes nothing may be showing up. Yeah, we do have 4 clairs with us. Clair sentience. So we literally could sense the energy. As some of you are saying, there is heaviness in the head as they went through this light meditation. Yeah. And sometimes when we do readings for others, we would be feeling sensations in our stomach. Then we wonder what is happening to my stomach, but it is not your energy. It is the energy of the person you are reading. It is the Akashic records of the person. Then we ask questions, are you having any stomach issues? They will say, maybe I am having 10 years of ulcer. Yeah, so this abilities gradually will develop as we read it. And everybody has the psychic abilities, but we are told that we shouldn't trust these psychic abilities as we were a child. Sometimes we get to see visions and our parents may have told, okay, these are all false, or these are maybe you are connecting to some past or some junk information. So that is where we tone down our psychic abilities. And for everybody, these abilities are available. Only that if you use it, then it will be for your favor, for your own strength and guidance. Yeah. So clairsentient is the first thing everybody can naturally experience, even the newcomers into spirituality or anybody. That is one thing. Yeah. And next thing is clairvoyance. Many times we get to see visions, or sometimes it could be like a real cinema movie rolling on in front of our eyes. Who are dominant in their clairvoyance, they would be able to see the vision. And other thing is they could be able to hear voices, some voices also, some sounds, some language, some descriptions. This is clairaudience. And another thing is claircognizance. So things appear out of nowhere, the new idea. People would be asking questions whether I should be in this marriage or whether I should give up on my husband. The guidance could come out of nowhere, where it will be like harmony for both the husband and the wife. So that is coming from our Akashic records, and it's claircognizance. It's like idea based. And we do access all kind of stuff at one go. It's not that we only see the visions, or we just sense the feelings, or we just hear the voices, or we get the ideas. Everything will be happening simultaneously. Many times people think whether my third eye should be open for my extrasensory perceptions to work or psychic abilities to work. It's there is no such a requirement. Some people try to hold their eyes like this and try to see through their third eye, but it's not the place where we get to sense the reading the information that flows. So it is, for example, if I ask you to imagine a white BMW car, are everybody able to visualize it in certain place? You are able to imagine, right? There is a white BMW, you are able to see that car, the dimension and size. Yes. So that is how natural we, as we keep asking the questions during the readings, the information will be just flowing up. And as I said, the BMW car, maybe you could be seeing yourself standing next to it, or the environment around it, the mood around it, the feeling, weather, everything you could be able to perceive, right? So that is how natural the readings are also. We'll be able to see all our psychic abilities. Those are there for everybody. Those are our gifts if you can use to our advantage. And that is how even Akashic records work. But people who come up primarily into the spirituality, they may need little bit of speaking the language of Akasha. But as you practice more and more, it comes very, it just flows without your mind doesn't come into scene at all. It's beyond your logical comprehension. It's totally irrational, and that is that guidance will be always from the Akasha. And when you get into this plane, you feel very high energy vibration. So sometimes our physical body may not be able to take that vibration. We need to spend only few moments. Unlike meditation, some people tend to do 2-3 hours. It is not recommended to spend in this high vibrational field of Akasha for a long time, as our physical body may get drained. So you can access as and when you require the information of the Akasha. That is how it works. Any other question?
Yes, Veena, we have about 3-4 questions. Can we take them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonal, please ask. Sonal? Okay, we'll come back to her. Akshata? Akshata, please unmute and ask.
Hi there. My
Yes.
question is, in the Akashic space, when we try to comprehend or rather attain questions, obviously the tendency is to go towards the future and understand how it will be. While we did this short meditation with you, I somehow got a vision, as you said, a vision kind of, which was not planned and which was very unwanted. But when that light, you asked me to bring it, you asked us to bring the light near you to heal, etc. and all, I tried to resolve it and it got resolved. So does that mean that it was something that was about to happen and I stopped it, or it was something that I had to experience and I now chose to resolve it?
So light has that intelligence. Maybe this is the time for you to get it resolved, and it gets with it. The resolution is so spontaneous and instantaneous. This is how it works in Akasha. Many times we follow affirmations and all this stuff, right? Like law of attraction, and people would have. For some people, it could have worked, and it may not work for people. So usually, changing the patterns take a lot of time if we go affirmative way or some guided meditations and all. But here in Akasha, the changes are instantaneous. As there is no time, it's done. But in physical reality, sometimes the reflection of the healing may take time, but it's not always. So once the issue is resolved, then it is resolved. That is how it works. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Did I answer your question? Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Actually, I wanted to ask about downloads. What are downloads, which you mentioned?
So download you
Can't hear you.
Veena, your voice is breaking up.
Yeah, is it audible, clear?
Yes, we can hear you better now. And I think we've lost you again.
I still can't hear her.
Okay, she's just connecting her audio once again.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm back.
Yes, yes.
Downloads is most of the times we do have patterns. Sometimes we attract the same relationships. The person may be different, but same kind of fight, same kind of dealings will be happening with the new person also. So to address those things, we'll be getting the information from the higher consciousness, or we say divine consciousness. The information that gets downloaded, and this will have the energy to change our patterns. So these are the downloads. Sometime maybe you can relate it to something like channeling the information also. This is how it appears.
And like while doing the session first, actually I lost you. Then when when I again concentrated, I was able to go through the process. Now while doing it, I had got strong sensations on my cheeks, like
Yeah.
tingling. So does that mean anything? Because otherwise it was all fine. The light and everything I could visualize, and also I was sensing that I was moving.
Yeah.
That's what I sensed.
Yeah. So sometimes this is just energy of the akashic field. That is one thing, and the sense of moving could be something. Sometimes we shift our consciousness into our light body. So light body is very subtle and very light, and it's like a very subtle, just dancing, floating. We may sometimes experience even our light bodies also.
And then the next thing I wanted to ask that why to learn about Akashic records or to do the course in this, does that also have levels or it is just like one course and you're done? Like one
So
level?
initially, I do teach Akashic Records reading, which I recommend people to practice for 30 days. So once they gain the confidence doing with multiple people and they know it is working, then I'll take them to the healing level. And these two levels itself is enough for
Okay.
to be a practitioner and deal with the clients and all.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Any other question?
Yes, we have Simi who has a question. Simi, please ask.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yeah. Simi.
I wanted to ask you, you mentioned that over here we all have personal guides or you took some name.
Yeah. Masters, teachers, and loved ones.
So do they have names or?
No, they don't have any specific names as such, but they will be guiding us throughout. If they reveal, then, for example, if I say your loved one is your grandpa, and you get attached to your grandpa. Instead of seeking guidance, you may get distracted from what the question you are asking. So that way, we will be sensing the energy of them, but it is just to get the guidance for that particular question, but not the beings that we get to see there.
Okay, the answers will be in what form? Like intuition or?
It's not intuitive. It's from the records itself. It's beyond our logical understanding, but the information just flows. Sometimes it could be, as I said, clairaudient, clairvoyant. All these extrasensory perceptions will come into play naturally. Maybe it may not come in the first day, but slowly it may take sometimes take a week's time. It's maybe they are just not acknowledging. They are getting the guidance, but they don't acknowledge. Thinking, okay, I have never done this. I am a techie person. I don't believe in this. Those kind of people, for them, it may take a week's time, but for general, already people into spirituality, it's very natural. It just comes.
Okay. Okay, so there's no, this is by all the four players. I mean, there's no such like you have to physicalization or nothing like auto writing. It's nothing that way.
No, nothing. Everything is energetic, and just you will be getting into that space, and you will be just speaking out the information and guidance that is being shown.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Neeru?
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I want to find out now when I was doing the meditation that you were making us do, I suddenly saw my mother, which was not on my mind at all, who's passed away 5 years back. What would that mean? And it happens very often when I meditate. I just see her, that's it.
Yeah. So many times I do readings. The question I will be different, and the energy that shows up could be their departed loved ones.
Voice is cracking. Beg your pardon?
Yeah. Sometimes,
Hello?
as is it audible for others?
Yeah, voice is breaking. I'll try and catch up.
Yeah. So many times they want to communicate message to us. They want to resolve the stuff that we are asking, and their guidance is needed in time. And so we need to establish that connection to our loved ones and get the information. That is there they are for.
So what should I be doing? What should I
So for that only, we need to follow the process and rules and regulations. Talk to these people in Akasha, you need to undergo the course or the process which will help you to connect to these people. Or you can ask them and there only what is that you want to communicate. But to get it in a complete resolved fashion, you need to go through a process.
And that process, to go through that process, I have to contact you.
Yeah, you can contact me.
Okay. And the second question is, how do you know that you are reading Akashic records? I mean, is there, you have to put a question first when you are reaching there in your meditation, or what is it? What is the process for that?
So the process I teach is through sacred prayer process. So this prayer will put us into a kind of trance. Of course, aware of everything happening around. At the same time, we'll be accessing this higher vibrational space, which is our Akashic records, the field of light.
Okay, so you can't do it on your own just like this.
Yeah, so initially we need guidance and we need to see a couple of readings how the facilitator will be doing. Then you will get the hack of it.
Oh,
It may not be straightforward if you try to do.
oh.
Pieces or you may
Thank
not
you.
be able to connect. Yeah.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Jyoti?
Yeah, ma'am, I would like to ask you, I see a lot of these numbers starting from 10, 10, 11, 11, every day, 11, 11, 1, 1, 12, 12, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. I see every, not 6, 6, still 5, 5, 5.
Yeah.
So I want to know, like every day I'm seeing them, every day.
Yeah. So you feel blessed. You are feeling having a blessed life.
Yeah, bliss life. Yes, I'm very much connected spiritually to God, but whatever is happening in life is happening. You cannot avoid that. But
Yeah.
due to my connection with my God is so strong, it gets balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I come back to my balance very quickly, which I used to get moved for days.
Yeah.
But now it is like, I feel my God is holding me.
Yeah.
I have lovely gurus in my life, which I feel have,
Yeah.
got me like with their meditations, with their, whatever type they talk to me. So
Yeah.
that way I feel blessed.
Yeah. So these numbers are nothing but the presence of the angels, and angels are nothing but messengers of the God. So as you are deeply connected to the God, and angels are also there, always available to you, and
Okay.
contributing in well-being of your own being. Maybe there could be chaos around, but still you are grounded in your own self and you are feeling joyful. So
Yeah.
even
Good.
recently, one day I got to see 15 times this synchronicity now. And I was asking, angels, what are you trying to communicate?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can ask messages. What is that you are trying to communicate? What is that we have to know at this point in time?
Okay. And one more thing, when you were making me do the meditation and you told me to see my aura, which is 18 inches, in the beginning I started, but there was such a powerful light. Like my eyes were like, like I had to really close it hard because the light was too bright, to see that aura. And I feel everything was so lit up that I didn't have to see that 18 inches, around myself. I felt the whole place was so lit up.
So we were in the bubble of light actually. We are
Yeah, full bubble of light. And one more thing I wanted to ask is, like all these healers and trainers whom I follow, they take us through this guided meditation, and 2-3 of us have taken us through, our death, experience of death. And that same thing is repeated in my all 3-4, sessions where I'm dying, and I can see everyone's expression, how I leave my body, and the people who are not attached. So is that normal to feel?
Maybe you are looking for certain answers. Maybe that is your answer. That could be maybe you want to know more about what is beyond life and how we
Okay.
are there. Maybe you have that subconscious or unconscious questions which need to be answered. That's the why these experiences are being shown.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Veena, could you repeat the name of the book and the author that's available on Amazon, which you mentioned?
This is Book of Life, Edgar Case. This is the book title, and author name starts with something like T, touch, some, I don't remember. You can type it Book of Life and Edgar Case.
Okay, thank you. We have
Yeah.
Kiran who has a question. Kiran, please ask.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to know that does this term Akashic records come from the Hindi word Akash?
Yeah, it's a Sanskrit word, Akasha.
Yeah, okay. Also,
means-
I mean, do we get answers about relationships also?
Yes, ultimately.
In we do.
Yeah,
Oh,
many times.
thank you.
Yeah, lot of relationship problems and money concerns only people do show up with, and that maybe my relationship is verge of breaking. I don't know what to do at this point in time, or I want to get into a new relationship. Nothing is moving at my front. So many people do come up, and what kind of person can show up in my space? What kind of partner or soulmate can I attract? So so there are many questions about relationships that we can ask and get the guidance. So as we speak in these readings, it's not only that energy that gets shifted, the clients will get the hope. They will be elevated to a different level where they are able to take their life forward without any resistance or the blocks that they came up with. So their soul is elevated. And every time we do the reading as a practitioner, we get enlightened more. We get new information through which even we evolve, not only the clients. That's the beauty of it. Many new things I have not even known. I have read in any of the scriptures. I always used to wonder what is kingdom of heaven is within. Jesus says, no, kingdom of heaven is within. I used to wonder what is it, and I never had the question also. But when I was doing my readings, I have seen spaces like heaven where we could see only ease and there is no disease, only bounty and there is no lack, only happiness and there is no sadness. So these are the kind of spaces that we can get connected to, the kind of heavens that exist. And when I channel a lot of other departed souls, I'll get to see the spaces from where they are operating from. And it's we can't just get it through reading books or watching the videos, but it's a thing to be experienced for us, and it itself will take us through the heights. Yeah.
Thank you. We have Simi. Simi?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, we will be going into another person's energy field for the records. So do we have to protect or shield ourselves, or it is just like we go and come and we are protected by the guides?
Yeah, we are protected by masters, guides, and also the light of Akasha itself will be a protection field around us. So light always knows how to take care of us.
Okay. Another thing is, I do pranic healing. Now, there are times when the patient has not said, and I just instinctively know that they have this problem. So I check with them. So is this that I'm accessing something, or it is intuition, or what? Once I called up a patient and I told, ki, please uncross your legs and sit. I'm unable to do the healing. And it was just on the spur of the moment. I didn't think about it. And that patient was actually sitting with legs crossed.
Yeah. These could be our intuition abilities also. Sometimes this could be mostly to do with intuition. And as you are asking, yesterday one person was saying, able to see a death of a person. Sometimes we step into the future as well. So future, as many people think it is not happen, but it is there. The probability is there. Only that we tap into that energy and we'll get to see what is happening there. That is how Akashic works. So sometimes we step into the futures. That is how premonitions and all these things are also there. So yeah, it could be intuition. Various things work out in this thing. Yeah.
Okay, now these Akashic records are very accurate, right? 100%, or there is some percentage of.
Yeah. So the guidance that is provided is very it's good for you, and only if client is able to take up. Sometimes it is told, a person came to me and asked, I am in a very tough job, whether I should go for any other job, or should I discontinue and give up the job. So there the guidance being shown is you do have choices. There are a lot of job opportunities. Person didn't take up that particular thing. So it's up to the conscious choice of the client. And one more person, during the COVID time last year, somewhere in April, he came to me and he was asking whether I should go for building a house property at his place.
Yes.
And the guidance was being shown, you have all the resources, all the money, everything is available. And I said, it is, you can go forward and do that. And after 9 months, he was calling me and showing the home, and he's told that we have moved into home. Look at our home and all.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Yeah, so that is, some people will follow the guidance, some people may not follow the guidance, and it's left to the client how they want to take it. Some people may not be in that receiving state. They want to stay where they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Kavita?
So, Veena, I want to ask, it's very interesting. Two things I want to ask. One is how and when are you going to conduct the course? And so that we can go into the Akashic records of others or ourselves. And the second is that when you do get to know from the Akashic records channel some energies, do you hear or do you feel, or how is the communication? How do you sense the communication?
Yes. So this course, the healing reading course is initially 8 to 9 hours. It will be over 2 days. I am currently conducting. And healing course is also around 10 hours over 2 days I am conducting. And when I come to this retrieving of the information, for me it's visual, more of clairsentience, sensing the information, and I can perceive the emotions, everything in the picture that is being shown. So, and I'll be guiding how to do that and what to interpret. Information that could be shown may be metaphorical.
So it is, do you see it or do you hear, or how is it? Like, how does the communication?
All happen parallelly. It's not just only one thing is working, all happen parallelly.
You can hear it and you can see it and everything.
Yes.
And everybody can do that.
Yeah. Yes.
So when are you going to conduct these courses?
So currently today I was conducting one, and maybe you can ask joining hands also. And I am planning to do one in this weekday, 9th and 10th preferably. And I'll be doing every month twice mostly.
Okay.
Once or twice I'll be doing the courses.
And what is the energy exchange?
I think you can contact me personally.
Maybe we can take that later. Offline.
Okay, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Thank you. Urvashi. Urvashi?
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
My simple question was, Veena, I couldn't see anything during the meditation, even light. I had to visualize forcibly. Okay, yes, I can see the light, but honestly, didn't see anything. Nothing showed up.
Sometimes people may not get to see, at least they may feel, and if nothing happens is also fine. Maybe we are not attentive to the process, but still the process will be happening.
Nee, but does it mean that I'm spiritually not evolved and
No. Maybe your
concentration is not enough?
No. So even 10 years back, I was looking a lot of past life regressions, and I used to think, how can they see past? And I'm not able to see anything. I was such kind of person when I started my journey. I used to had third eye experiences and astral travel, but I never believed in past lives or karma at those days. But I learned the healings and all, then I understood how they are helpful in resolving an issue and how they can contribute and how we can perceive them. So initially, maybe we are not there in that space, but when you intend to learn, it will come actually.
So today, what meditation you did, if I continue same, you think it should be better with time?
Yeah, you can do any light meditations and
Any light?
yeah.
Because honestly, nothing like that. I don't believe. Though so far I have not experienced myself. I
Yeah.
attended 2 group sessions of past life, nothing, not one-on-one. But both the times I couldn't see anything, not even a single experience or.
Yeah, that's what
but still
even my journey started there. But slowly, when time comes, it happens to you, and you will have that innate calling, or you have that strong intention. This is a right time for me, and this is what I have to do. Then it happens.
So I'll wait for that.
Yeah. So most of the times, people who learn the Akashic records, they are drawn to them. Akashic records itself will call them, or you are just drawn. You find something irresistible that you want to pursue this.
Oh, we get somehow we get that message.
Yeah, maybe we see it repeatedly and we think, okay, this has been there in my mind. Now is the time.
Okay, okay. Let's see. I'll wait.
Sure,
Thank you, Veena.
Yes.
Thank you. Pooja?
Yeah, hi. So I had this question, like when you do these readings, so is it the client experiences and gets the answers for the questions, or is it like through you they get the answers? Like you do the readings or you make them experience?
It's unlike hypnotherapy where client experiences. It's the practitioner who will be giving the information. Client will listening to us, and sometimes as we speak, clients will tears will roll out. There is a lot of process that could happen as well, and they will be releasing a lot of stuff. They will be feeling very lighter.
So the client shares the questions or the issues they have, and then you give them the answers like through your experience.
Not my experience, from their own records.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Anything else?
No, that is what, because I know about hypnotherapy and past life regression, so I just wanted to know how different it is.
But many people who are not having the hypnotic background and all, they can't be regressed, they can't be guided to the trance. They are guided, they can't retrieve the information. This is where Akashic records and this play a very major role for the client.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Thank you. Falguni?
Yes, thank you for allowing me to raise the question. So basically, I'm a doctor by profession. And what I wanted to know is that many times when I do online consultation for patients, during COVID especially,
right.
Then I'm just so I don't do conventional Western medicine, and so I do homeopathy and ozone therapy. So when the patient becomes all right, when the patient is recovering, I feel very drained after those 10 days of the intensive work with the patient. And for one whole day, I'm sleeping as if I have only fallen sick.
Yeah.
Though I have never met the patient. This is what I've been experiencing.
Yeah.
Now it is reducing over the, like last year it was very intense. This year it has reduced. That is one problem. And second thing is that in homeopathy, there is a lot of history taking. So while the patient is giving the history also, I feel sleepy. And that is very wrong, because the patient is come with a lot of faith. They want to take treatment only from me. And I am feeling sleepy. So then I try to shorten the time period of the history taking so that I can finish the work fatafat and not sleep in front of the patient.
Yeah.
So why is this happening? Can you guide me? If it is okay with you.
Yeah. Sometimes there could be your own patterns which you need to address, which is causing this energy drain. But if you work in Akasha, you will feel more energized. There will not be energy drain or anything. You will be more recharged and amplified. Yeah.
Achha.
As you know, pranic healing and all, maybe you need to be aware of the energy breaks and.
Okay.
So you could engage in those sorts of things.
Acha, now I'm scared. I'll tell you what. I'm scared to learn these energy healings. I'll tell you why. I'm easily drawn to it. I can understand all these things very easily. Even patients, relatives who are no longer alive. Okay. When I'm meditating, I hear them. I can experience them communicating with me. Okay. That they are in a safe place. They're in a happy place. Then some relatives want to come and stay with me who are dead. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know why they want to come and stay with me, because their last rites are not done and all. So all this is now, it is, I don't want to go into that space because I'm in medical practice, because then I think it will clash with the whole concept of medical practice. And that's why I'm not venturing in that direction. What do you think?
For me, it's a
I know.
to deal with. It doesn't mean that we are getting impacted by that space at all. We have our own boundaries. We access when we want to access. Many times people who are maybe their chakras are not grounded, they tend to be spending in the spiritual realm. Without asking a question also, the information will be flowing. So you need to do more grounding practices.
Okay.
It will help you to access information only need based. You need not access just any information, and you want to address so many people without having any impact.
Okay, thank you. Fine. So if we want to access about this healing process, what you're talking, Akshik healing. So how do we, so will we be given some WhatsApp link or something where we can ask you, and how do we find out the charges and all for it?
Falguni, I have put all the details in chat. You can get
Thank you. Thank you, Veena ji. Thank you. Bye.
Veena?
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, Veena. We were connected a couple of days back over WhatsApp, and coincidentally we are connected here now. I was inquiring regarding the session with you, but as of now, I have a couple of doubts. Like, how do you decide on the number of sessions that are required for a particular client for Akashic record healing?
Okay. For me, as far as I do the sessions, it will be just one reading most of the time.
Okay. Okay. And how long is the session for?
Initially, when I started my readings, it was like 10-15 minutes. Just I was trying out stuff. Now, sometimes it goes for 1 hour, 2 hours. Sometimes it goes to 3 hours also, because I take multiple questions, but some people just take one question. So depending on the number of questions and your ability to sit accordingly, we can go.
Okay. So questions in the sense, questions are asked from your end, or questions can be asked from our end also?
Maybe they will say my relationship with my spouse is not going well. I want to improve it. Or what is my life purpose? I need to improve my finances. I need to expand my business. I need to get more clients. And so many questions people would be having. So I usually multiple questions at one stretch, and I'll be going one question after the other.
Okay, so we will be asking this question before the session starts?
Yes,
or
before the session starts. Sometimes as the questions could be related also. So the guidance could come in any which way as we are in that space. So I generally take all questions beforehand. And if need be, I'll be, the client may interrupt with the guidance being provided, and I can take that question depending on the guidance provided. Accordingly, practice session, it's done. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I have a serious health issue.
Yes.
I have a serious health issue where I'm connected to a couple of one of the best pranic healer as well as theta healer. What would be the if not this, what would be the best? This health issue is something which has been declared that as incurable by allopathy. Ayurveda, they say there can be certain improvement that can be brought, but not complete guarantee. Okay, and I'm messaging you right now what exactly the health issue is.
Yeah, so you can contact me for that personally, and likewise, one of my clients having this alopecia, dementia, and all these things, and she was having anxiety. Okay, what can happen wrong? Or she was carrying little bit of childhood issues with her parents, where she was not in agreement with whatever they have been to her. So many kind of tensions because of which the diseases manifest in our body. So when we address these causes and resolve them, automatically they will have more energy, more vibrancy, and slowly the diseases can also can get lessened.
Matter is, I have this problem since birth, and I have messaged you right now, Veena. Are you able to see my message?
Yeah, the guidance is we need to get into the records and seek the guidance. I can't just speak out just right away now.
Okay.
That space is
Okay.
only
Okay.
when
So,
we can be able to guide you.
okay. Okay. My query is, will this be sorted out by Akashic records or pranic healing or theta healing, or what exactly would cure at the best level?
Is
Or
it a
cure-
hearing issue you are asking? Hearing loss or something?
yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes people came to me saying there is a sound that is going on in their ears non-stop, and which is very disturbing. And the reasons could be some relationship issue or something. We don't know from where it comes, and when those things are addressed, they are able to resolve those kind of issues and come out of them. So how the guidance shop is totally left to the Akasha. We won't be saying anything from our own personal experience. So you need to take this session for you to go through the changes.
Yeah. So because this is a hereditary problem, and this was there since birth, and nowadays it is worsening.
Yeah,
So
we can resolve those things also. Even if it is hereditary also, we can address this.
Yeah. Veena, a small request. I have missed out to save your number, although we were connected on WhatsApp.
I have it. I will message you.
Okay. Thank you, Veena. Thank you joining hands as well. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Veena. I believe that brings us to the end. We have, I hope we've taken all questions from everybody. We still have people joining in, which is wonderful. Any questions that we have from our wonderful participants? The name of the book has been in the chat. The WhatsApp number, the link has been there. Please message on that and ask for all the details of the course, the energy exchange. All details will be there. Not to worry about it. Any other questions we have before we wrap up today?
Yes.
Okay, I believe it's been a fantastic session, Veena. All questions answered, and so much that we've learned. We've knowing more when we leave and less when we came in. So thank you for taking time out and talking to us.
Yes.
Any last words before we leave?
Yeah, just and this is the healing modality that helped me to address to the more clients. This is one that has reached me to many people. This is very beautiful. Even I didn't know when I got into this modality what it is all about, but it is truly transformational, and it it gives that strength to move forward. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for following your path and your calling and coming and sharing with us. That means a lot to us. Thank you for joining hands and talking to us. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity. And I thank everybody for being there and listening to this Akashic Records, getting your questions answered. Have a good time. See you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much.